are discussing about how to log into the our SAP systems, how to log into the SAP systems and everything, right? So SAP is the three-tier architecture. In that, SAP is the middle layer, middle tier, middle layer. So with middle layer, if you want to launch the middle layer, you need to log into the, you need to connect to the your remote server. Your remote server, you need to connect it, right? You have to use the IP and you need to use the remote server, right? So there you have the SAP logon pad is available here. There you have the SAP logon pad is available. So here you can just enter the user IDs and password. This is the SAP logon pad. To log into the SAP systems, you need the SAP logon pad in your desktop, right? Just open the SAP logon pad here and you can just log into the systems. You can log into the system here, right? So here, so SAP logon pad is used to log into the SAP systems here, is used to log into the SAP systems here, right? So here, click on the create and new connection. Then this is the way to you can add it. Suppose like we have installed the NWD, right? NWD system instance number 00 and the host name is the SAP, the practice 2. SAP practice 2 is the host name. Host name means application server. Application server name means where you have application means SAP application, where you have installed in this host, in this operating system, right? Then you can just click on the finish button. Your system will be added here. Then when you click on the OK button, if the system is active, then you can able to open the SAP screen here. But here in this case, you see system is not active. So it's not reachable status. System is not reachable here, right? But if you see the similar system, then you are getting the SAP prompt. You got the SAP prompt here. You see here SAP prompt here. Then you can log into the SAP star or DDIC, or we have the one common user. You can also use that common user to log into the SAP systems here, right? So this is the way we logged into the SAP systems here, right? So here in SAP, as we discussed, we will get the two instances. We will get the two instances here. One is the ASCS instance. Second one is the application server instance. Application server. So either PAS, primary application server, or application server here, right? So whenever you log into the, suppose here, you are here, your desktop, you logged into the here. From here, you will launch the SAP application server. Then here you are, this is the database layer here, right? You are here, okay, through logon pad, SAP GUI, and you are here, okay, you are here. So from here, when you click on the entry, you will get the SAP logon screen here, right? So here, there is a process, it is available. Then we have the work process are available here in the application server, right? So we have the application server, we have the work process are available here, right? In the SAP, we have the ASCS instance, we have the one instance, and we have the remaining server, remaining process are available here, right? So we have the, suppose example, this is the message server and queue server, both are in the ASCS instance, right? Here we have the application server. Here we have the, so here we have the DVBGS, right? So this is the dispatcher here. This is the dispatcher which is available on the application server here, right? So then database is database, fine. So here database is fine here too. It will store the data in the form of tables here, right? Tables. So now what's happening here? Whenever you open the SAP GUI, whenever you click on the request here, the first dispatcher will take the request here. First dispatcher will take the request. If you can directly connect to the application server, or you can also directly connect to the ASCS instance also here, right? So you can also connect to the ASCS instance, then ASCS will route the request to the again dispatcher here. So again, it's a round robin way. See here, if you are directly connecting to the application server, that is fine. Directly you can connect it. If you are connecting to ASCS instance, again ASCS instance will pass the information to dispatcher only, the reverse order, right? Not the reverse order, just bypassing. Here directly connecting means you are bypassing the ASCS instance here. You are bypassing, right? You are bypassing here. So this is what here happened. Why? Because per SID, for one SAP system, we have only one ASCS, only one database is available. But application servers, this is the application server. Application servers, you can install multiple application servers, you can install it here. Multiple application servers, you can install it here, right? So now dispatcher, right? What is the use of the dispatcher here, right? So dispatcher, right? Dispatcher will maintain the request in FIFO order, will maintain the request in the FIFO order. FIFO means first in, first out. So which request is coming first, then that request will allocate to the available dialog work process only. Available dialog work process only here, right? So dialog work process only means SAP user GUI to dispatcher, dispatcher to and dialog work process here, right? So dialog work process here. Dispatcher dispatching the request to the available work process here. Dispatching the request to the available work process here, right? So dialog work process, dialog. So dispatcher will maintain the all the request in FIFO order, then will pass the request to the available dialog work process. Then only you will get this screen here. This screen here. Suppose in case of dispatcher is not active or and also the work process are not active here, then what will happen? Okay, so here you will see the connecting, which means it is trying to connect to the dispatcher, but the dispatcher is not available. Means dispatcher is not available means system is down. Then immediately you will get the system is down. System is down here. Like that, you will get the error messages here. If the system is active, so then definitely dispatcher will take and it will check the validation of your user ID and password. Then will once the validation is completed, then you will able to open the SAP screen here. You will able to open the SAP screen here. That is what the dispatcher FIFO order here. Dispatcher the FIFO order here, right? So that is what here it's happening in the systems, right? So that is what here it's happening, right? So SAP GUI to dispatcher to then SAP dialog work process. So what is the use of the dispatcher means? It will take the request from the users, maintain the user's request into the FIFO order, and will forward the request to the available dialog work process. Available dialog work process here, right? Now you know what is the advantage of the dispatcher here. Dispatcher dispatching the user request to the available dialog work process. Dialog work process are more than two, more than one. Why? Because if the number of dialog work process are there, then number of users can log in at a time. Number of work process are there, number of users can log in at a time here, right? So here, so dialog work process here, dialog work process here, dialog work process means, so dialog, what is mean by dialog here? So dispatcher, we know, maintaining the all the request into the FIFO order, assigning to the dialog work process. Dialog work process responsibility is to take the user request and process the user request. Process the user request here. So dialog work process will take the user request and it will process whatever the user wants to do. Suppose you want to book the ticket. Whenever you open the irctc.com, immediately the dispatcher will take the request. Dispatcher will take the request here. Then will for validation is done, user ID password, then it will assign to the available dialog work process. Then dialog work process will carry out the entire event until you log off. One dialog work process is attached. One dialog work process is attached until dialog work process is attached here. Dialog work process is attached here. Take the request and process the user request here, right? That is what it will happen in the systems here, right? So, but where can I see whether the dialog work process are available, how many work process are there, or what is the status of the all the work process status and everything? We can see it in the SM50 is the transaction code. There we can monitor the, we can check the status of so dialog work process, check the status of the dialog work process here. So not only dialog work, check the status of work process work process we have here. So work process means we have seven, right? Seven. So in that, so the work process status we can see what is the status here, right? So waiting status, right? Waiting. So running status, running. Slow, sometimes it will go sleep, right? Error status, right? Then hold, then then private. So these are the status of the work process we have in the system here. If we go to the SM50 is the transaction code here. So here we can see the work process status and everything here. So dialog work process, how many work process are there, right? Update how many, background how many, spool how many, and then update how many. So we can see the all the work process number how many are there and what is the status of the work process here. Here you can see the work process name, then type. Type means DIA means dialog, BTC update, then BTC again, then spool and update. So dialogs and background work process more than one should be required in the system. It will handle the user request and load in the systems. So that is the reason we have the more than one. Remaining all are one is fine. But only thing is dialogs and updates require the more. What is the process ID for the this process? What is the status here? See, waiting, running means my user request is running currently 00001 and the basis user. I logged in with the 001 and basis user. So my request is running now here. My request is running. That's why. Why? Because one work process is attached to the your request. So that is the reason it is saying that so running status, right? Waiting means free. The work process status are waiting. Waiting means waiting for to process the user request, which means free. Running means some user request is running status here. Sleep. The request is in the sleep mode, means it will not handle anything. Error. The work processor has some errors. So hold status, work processor waiting for holding. Holding means your call is on hold means he is speaking to some other person, right? Then work processor in the hold status means so something it is handling, some dependency is waiting here. Private mode modes. So when we don't have the much memory, then that time it will go to the private mode. That time it will go to the private memory here, right? So that is the private mode. So here mainly two things we need to know here: waiting and running. So if the work process are free to handle the user request, then it is the waiting. So if the all work process are running status, then it won't. So here, which is the work process to take the user request from the GUI, which will handle the user request. So dialog work process. So dialog work process is responsible to take the request and process the user request. So if the work process are free status, waiting status, it will handle the user workload. If the work process are running status, all work process are running status, then all work process are running status means users cannot log into the system, especially dialog work process all are running status, the users cannot log into the systems here. That is the main thing of the work process here, right? So that is the SM50. We can check the work process status. That is the local work process status means only one application server, only this application server status we can see it here. This application server status we can see it here. The only this application server work process status we can see it here, right? Suppose, sir, I have multiple application servers are there in my organization. If I have multiple organization, multiple application server, each application server we have the one dispatcher, then remaining the work process are available, dispatcher, remaining work process are available here. So in that case, how can I monitor the all the application servers work process status in one screen? In that case, we have to use the SM66 here. SM66 is the transaction code here to check the status of all work process status global. So check status of global, then work process, global work process status. We can check the status of the global work process status here. SM66 here, SM66 here, right? SM50, it is a local work process status. Then SM66, we can check the status of the global work process status here. SM50, SM66 here, SM66 here, we can check it out here, right? So SM50, SM66. So the difference is both are for the work process status only here. This is also work process status only. See, checking the work process status, we can see waiting, running. But this is for the all the application server instances. All the AS means application server instances of NW1 system. But this is for SM50 is only for the so local, only one application server, only one instance status we can see. That is the all the instances SM50, SM66, right? So if you have only one SM50, you can use it, right? So if you have the multiple, then if you use the SM66, all the work process, all the application server related, the work process status, we can see it here in the SM66 here, right? That is the main thing of the main thing of SM66 here, right? SM50, the local work process overview means one single application server status, work process status we can find out in the SM50 only. But I have the more than one is there, 2, 3, 4, and to 20 are there. Then I want to 20 application servers related work process status, then I can find out in the SM66. That's why we will call it as the global work process status. We can see it in the SM66. Global means all, right? The local means the particular application server status we can find out in the SM50. In SM50, we can find out the particular work process status we can find out in the SM50 here, right? SM50, SM66 are the transaction codes to monitor the work process. These are related to the dialog, mainly for the dialog. If the dialog, someone asked what is the transaction code for the dialog work process means SM50 and SM66 here. SM50 and SM66 are the transaction codes for the dialog here. SM50, then SM60 are the transaction code for the dialog here, right? So this is for dialog. So this is the what we can see it here, right? So SAP GUI, GUI2. So these are the application servers. Then dispatcher will handle the all the loads and everything here, all the loads and request and everything here, right? So that is the main thing here. That is the main thing here. Okay, that is the main thing here, right? SM50, SM66 are the transaction codes here. So dispatcher will maintain the request into the FIFO order, right? So that is the main thing here. Okay, so waiting means it's a free. The work process are waiting status, which means all the work process are free to handle the user request, which is coming from the SAP GUI. N number of work process are there, then we can, but by default, we have 10 dialogues, then 6 backgrounds will be installed. We want to 10 dialogues increase. If we want to increase to the 15, you can increase it, but there should be enough memory should be required. Enough memory should be required to take the request here, right? So here in your logon pad, once you log into the only this IP up to 199.235 IP, you see the all the so you see the all the systems in the SAP logon pad here. You can log into the systems here and you can log into the systems here. So then you can type it the password here. Oh my God. Please use at the rate of before here at the password. What is that? Someone.
So only 10 users can log in, sir. You say if
Yeah,
10
10
users.
concurrent users, they can log in at a time. Concurrent users at a time, they can log in. Or one user will handle the more than, sorry, let me log in first of all. See, this will happen if I give access to the people. This way they will log the all the users, and this they will do. Service user. At least one special character. Okay, basis is unlocked.
Sir, we can use SAP log and pad theme change, sir.
SAP login pad theme. Yeah, we can change it. Yeah, that we can change it. Okay, okay. This I will take care. Not a problem. We have the system is there. So, which means if you have the more dialogues are there, then more number of users will log in. Approximately one dialogue work process, it should be minimum two are required for the dialogue. One dialogue work process will handle the 1 to 5 user request at a time. 1 to 5 user request means 1 to 5 users request, which will they can handle it here. One dialogue work process here. So here remain is the dialog work process will handle the user request. So it will take care of the dialog work process. It will process the user request until user log off, until user get log off from the system, then dialog work process will be free. If the user log off, then dialog work process will be free from the systems. That's what it will happen in the systems, right? Until dialog log off, then user will be free here in the systems. That is the main thing here. SM50, SM66 are the transaction codes. So it's related to the dialog. Okay. So dispatcher, we don't have any transaction code, just dispatcher. So it will just process the user request to the available dialog work process. Then dialog is, I have the number of work process. It will handle the load here. Dialog, waiting, running, sleep, stop. So error, hold, private. So waiting, running are the main status of the work process always you see. So waiting means it's a free. All requests are, all the work process are waiting for to process the user request. Running means some user request is running in the system. If you log into the system, there we can observe it here where it is running here. If you go to the SM50, so what user request is running? See here 6 dialog, 6 background, what user request is running. This is a different system. See, so with the 100 client SAP star user logged in is running in the system. What program is executing backend? This is the program it is executing. This is the work process status, right? So here we can find out the work. This is only for the local one application server status only. Sir, suppose I have the two, then I want to see the all the application servers related information means we have to go to the SM66 only. 66 only. If you have the one more, then more it will be generated here. If you have the more, then more will be generated in these systems here. See here we have the three work processor running status here. Three work processor running status here, right? You see 000 100 client, three work processor running status means the system means definitely users will log in, they will do the transactions and they will do the work and everything here. Once they log off, then immediately the work process will become a acting status here. If the user is still active, then it will come to the in running status here, right? So that is what it is. It will display here. So mainly users are logging means because of the work process, especially dialog work process. Dialog work process is responsible for to process the user request and everything in the systems. Okay, that is the dialog work process here, right? So and also, sir, dialog is okay. So now suppose I want to know even how many users are logged into the my system. What is the transaction code here, right? So here, if I go to SM04 is the transaction code to check the logged on logged on users list here. Then if we go to the AL08, So we can check the users list, logged on users list in the global, logged on users list for all app servers, here. This is only for the logged on users list only, specific to the application server, specific to the one application server. How many users are logged in? You can check it out here. This is for the to check the logged on users list for the all the app servers here, right? Suppose if you go to the here, SM04 is the transaction code to check the user sessions. How many users are logged in? Currently only one user here, right? Currently only one user logged into the system. Suppose if I take the one more system, let's see how many users are logged in here. So SM04. So here you can see they are the 4 users and 4 backend sessions are opened. 4 users are logged in and they have opened the 4 backend sessions here. If I see the one more system here, if you see the one more system here, there also we can find out the all the information and everything here. There also we can find out the information here, right? So that is what we can do it in the systems, right? If we go to
But how to check the number of application servers, sir? Once you
yeah,
log
yeah,
into.
coming to that point only. Yeah.
Thank you.
So here, if we go to the SM04 here, so here you can see here the 18 users with 18 backend systems here, right? So see here, why? Because this is the production. You see 18 users, 18 backend systems with the users are logged in here. So here you can find out the what is the client they have logged in, what is the user IDs they are using, what is the client host, what is the client host means, what is the their laptop and desktop address, right? Then which time they have logged in, what application means, what transaction they are using here, what type of session, how many sessions they have opened, what is the priority, what is the memory, how much memory they are consuming here. So what is the application information and all the information we can see it here. All the information we can see it from here, right? All the details we can see it here. All the details here you can see, right? So here, suppose in the here also you can see all the details and everything, all the information is displaying. So system, SAP system is not a matter which product is this, but our transaction codes, our ways of working is common in anywhere. Any SAP product, either S4HANA, ECC, NetWeaver, our SAP transaction codes works in the each and every system here, right? So if you go to SM04 logged on users list, which means so only how many users are logged into the one particular one instance, one application server. If you go to the AL08, if you have the multiple application server, then it will supply the entire system wide how many users. System wide means all the application servers, how many users are logged into the system, it will be. Suppose if you want to log off the user, suppose this user is creating the lot of nuisance, lot of memory occupied. I want to delete this user session. Then select the user, go to the sessions here, select it, click on the delete. Then that user session will be deleted here. See, the user session got deleted now 3, right? So like that, now I want to delete this user session as well, right? Then click on the delete. Now your session also deleted. My session also deleted here, right? So like that, we can so check the work process status and all the information, right? Suppose if I log in again, one more user will be displayed here. Suppose like you see here, only one session, one user got displayed. Suppose if I log into the one more user here, right? One more user I logged in here. So then if I go to the SM04, then 2 user sessions are opened. One user is the basis user, one user is the SAP star user. 2 user sessions got opened here, right? So that is the one thing here. That is the one thing here, right? To user session. If you want to log off this user, select it, go to the section, then select it and delete the session. Then that user session is deleted. See, you are deleted. Only one session is there. Just refresh. Only one session is there. So this is the transaction code. We can find out the how many number of users they are logged into your production system or your SAP system. You can find out either SM04 or AL08 is for the all the application servers. Sir, how can I find out my system SID having how many application servers here, right? If you go to the SM51 is the transaction code to check the active application servers. Active application servers we can find out here, number of application server, right? So, sorry, you are in the one transaction code. I want to go to the again, I want to go to the home page. Then I need to type the SM51 transaction code. Then here we can see the number of instances in the systems, right? How many are there? Only one is there here. What is the SID? What is the instance number? What is the host name? SID is the common, only host name and instance. This will be changed here. This is the active status here. Sir, I want to go to the one more transaction code. Then can I directly go from here in this? Yes, in that case, /n SM50. Then you will go to the one more transaction code. /n AL08. Then you will go to the one more transaction code. If you don't enter the /n and if you enter the done, then it won't go. It will be stay on the same transaction code. If you are already in the one transaction code, you want to go to the another screen, then you can go to the, so just you can go to the /n AL08, you will able to go to the, then one more transaction code here. So, sir, I want to exit. Then you can just do the log off or just you can enter the /n ex, then exit. Then you will able to log off from the systems. You will able to
Sir, we can use host name also IP address, sir.
host name. Yeah, host name you can enter here and IP address also you can enter here. But host name host name is the better. Why? Because IP change it sometimes. Then you cannot log in. So you need to enter the always here in the SAP when you're adding the systems, we have to add only host names only. Host names, application server name means host name. Host name means your operating system name that you have to add it.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the SM51 to check the active application server. Then SM50 to check the work process, local work process status. Then SM66 to check the global work process. Global means all. Local means only single application servers work process status we can find out. So something wrong with the work process. Okay. Suppose you observe like in the work process, you observed in SM50, you observed something here. We want to cancel this work process here, or we want to check the logs. Why? Because work process are the responsible to check the work process are responsible for to handle the user request. Sir, where can I check whether this work process is processing or running or how status we can see it, but what's happening in the real background? Then in this case, select the work process here, which work process, then go to the administration. Then here we can see the display trace. You can see the trace. Trace means logs. The work process related each and everything will be recorded into the log files here. Will be recorded into the log files. Work process related each and everything will be recorded into the log file here. Any errors or something, it will be recorded into the log file here. Based upon the error messages, we can fix the errors. Maybe you can find out also. Just type the Control F, find. Just you can type the errors if any errors are there in the system or not. Right? Errors means the red color it will be displayed. Then we need to find out what causing the issue, what is the error and everything here. See here you have the lot of errors are there here, right? So lot of errors, statistics record something is wrong here. So 11, right? So some error status here, DVG. So some errors, right? So we can search it out. We can find out the some errors here, right? So each and every work process related information, we can see the work process trace. We can open the trace. So we can also check the program debugging, delete the session, right? So we can also see the all the information and everything here. Work process. We can also cancel the work process. Now work process is running without nothing is doing, no one is there, but even the work process is running still, something got hung status. Then we can cancel the work process with core or without core. With core means there is a dump will be generated, some log will be generated. Without core means the work process will be cancelled. Cancel the selected work process. Click on OK button. then then the work process will be cancelled. Cancelled means this user, whatever he is running, that session, that work will be cancelled. He will be logged out. Sometimes he will be logged out from the session as well. See, this is getting cancelled now.
Sir,
So
we have
in
any
case not
partition
the
for that?
daily, not the everyday, we need to cancel it. So when you see this work process from the longer time, but no one is there, still this is running, it is using the lot of memory. When you check this user is not active, right? Then even though this work process running means you can just cancel the work process. Then your session will be disconnected. See, session got disconnected here.
So normally, how long if we no response to the work process, we should cancel in real time?
Real time, if he is active from more than maybe he is doing something longer time, more than 1 hour or more than 2 hours, he is active from the system, is doing something in the dialog mode, so something wrong. So, but he's not doing anything, that is fine. But he's doing, and there is a lot of memory because of this user, other users also impacting. That time we have to take the decision and we have to take the approval to cancel this user request and everything. Otherwise, unnecessarily, if you cancel it, but he is doing the one important transaction, he is trying to book the one of the seat, one of the ticket reservation. He is booking the ticket, but if in middle he is doing the payment, in middle if you cancel his session, his transaction is cancelled, then means his payment is cancelled, ticket also cancelled, everything is got cancelled. But here user transactions are very important. That's why, so we need to check really user is doing something, then we can ignore it. If user is not doing, just work process got hung status means, then that time we can check this work process is active currently, is really is working or not. Maybe if you go to the SM04, we can see whether this user how much memory is occupied. So, okay, this memory, how much is occupied? Okay. So then he is correctly doing anything. See here, memory will be fluctuating here. So currently he is active in the system. He's doing something. So like that, we can check the session status. We can examine the session here, what's happening in the system. So we can examine the session. So in case we can examine the session, there's a more troubleshooting side. So we can see it here. But this one is not required. Developers will take it out. Examine. Okay, so this way we have to find out. Going on, you will get more troubleshooting steps, more logs and everything here. So, but only initial things, right? So to avoid the confusion, slowly, the only minimum things, I'm not going deep level. So just I'm telling here. Why? Because if you are the newcomers, they will not able to understand the things here. So that's why just only can use the transaction codes. But going forward, this will come again. This transaction codes, we have to use it and we have to check other things as well here, right? So whenever the users are unable to log in, then you have to check the status. Users are unable to log in means, oh, we need to check the dialog work process status. Are there any free dialog work process in the system? Yes, we have the only two are there. Okay, that is the reason. Okay, like that we need to check. All are occupied, then what they are doing in the system. So all are occupied, what they are doing in the system. Like that, we need to investigate we have to start our troubleshooting here. Okay, so that is the main thing here. So now we can, whatever we discussed today, just to practice. Okay, just execute the transaction code, see whatever you are observing and everything only here. Okay, so don't go in deep level, you will get confused. Only check what what we discussed, only check only that part only here. Okay.
Sir, in our SAP GI, how many screens open, sir, at a time?
You can open maybe 10 to 14, you can open it. It will allow. So maybe suppose example,
Sir, please change the theme, sir, signature theme we use.
yeah, we can open it. Maybe if you see here, I have opened the one session, right? So
Yes,
then
sir.
what I will do, I will create the number of sessions here. Now see what will happen. See, so maximum sessions are reached. So here, how many sessions I opened? So 1, 2,
14 session.
6. So I think we set the parameter like 6 only. I think that's it. 6 sessions are open.
It depends upon parameter.
Parameters only. So then here you can, if you go to the SM04, you can see the one user, then 14 sessions are opened. Sessions or 6 sessions. One user, 6 sessions are opened. This user opened the 6 sessions. Oh, what is doing here, right? Just go to the sessions. These all are sessions only opened, but what time they have opened, within the minute gap they have opened, then we can cancel that sessions. How many? So like that, so we can take the action from our side. But before you canceling this session, we have to carefully take the approvals. Otherwise, if you unnecessarily, if you cancel it, it will cancel his session. He's doing something we are not sure what he's doing, right? So it will be cancelled his sessions. Always there is a approval procedures. We have to follow the approval procedure and everything.
But in real time, some sessions are like closed in auto. Like if they're
Yeah,
idle for a
auto
long time,
close.
it will be
Yes,
closed. Auto
yes,
close.
yes, yes, yes. If the more than 60 minutes idle time or more than 3600 seconds or 60 minutes or 1 hour, that we can change it. There is a parameter, system settings. So the user is not doing, just he opened the session, then he went for the break. 1 hour is completed. Then even though he is unable to do, but he's opened the session, he went for break. But what other this session will be affect the other users also, right? He is logged in, he went for the outside, then he went for the break, he went for the home, then he is on the leave last 4 days. Then session is still active in the system. If you don't have this time of the session time mode parameters and everything, what will happen? It will impact the other users as well. So that is the case. We have the some parameters concept. So if you set the parameters concept, then if the session is idle time more than 1 hour or 2 hours or 4 hours, whatever your organization policy, then the session will be logged, time mode session will be closed automatically. Yeah, we can set it out.
Sir, how to change signature theme, sir? SAP login.
Oh, I think you are the person asking from longer or so this is the signature theme. Go to the here what
Many people using signature theme, sir. That's why I'm asking.
okay. Here go to the three bars here, go to the options, then go to the theme, visual design and theme. Here you can use the signature theme or quadro theme, whatever you want to use it, you can use it.
So, hi, sir. Good morning.
Yes,
I'm unable to install on my system.
you are unable to install.
Yes, logins.
What is the error? Unable to install means it's keep on asking the user ID password.
Yes, sir.
Then what is the issue? Then what we discussed, if they keep on asking the user ID password, then what could be the possible reasons?
Try again and again.
No. You need to check whether are there any open INST process. Maybe you are not following the group updates. So if some people already doing the installation, that session is stick with that user only. Then other people, when are trying to open the SAP INST, it's keep on asking the user ID and password. So what you have to do, check in the group if anyone is doing. So why? Because our people are updating each and everything, updating in the group. If they are doing something in the group, if they are doing the installation, then they will update the group and they are doing the installation. Otherwise, if you are doing the installation, just update and check. If you are when you are doing, just check in the task manager, check here, go to the details, SAP INST. See here the Pradeep is doing the installation. So now if you open it, you cannot. Why? Because so Pradeep is doing here installation. So once the Pradeep is done, or you can just Pradeep is not doing, maybe he will give you to cancel his sessions, just end the process, then you can start the installation. Okay, that time it will work. So only thing is, so at a time only one person is possible. That's what it will happen. Okay, just once the Pradeep is done, you can just request Pradeep. By Pradeep, once you're done, let me know. Then you can start the work.
So day before yesterday, while telling us about HANA, you have showed us migration also. In this course, migration also you are going to show?
No. This is only for the basis and HANA administration. That is migration batch is the separate that is happening for the other batch people.
Okay.
This is the S4HANA conversion, migration and conversion that is happening for the morning batch before your previous batch.
Okay. That topic you are not going to cover in this?
No. That is a separate topic, not here.
Okay. But real-time
how-
basis consultants also involved in migration.
That is the more experienced guys will be involved in the migrations, not in the small, like about more than 10 years, people will involve the migration and conversion related activities.
Like you said, from
Advanced, this
OS to.
kind of, yeah, high level, advanced high level activities, these all are.
Oh, okay. For this batch, do you have any slots later on, or?
Yeah, later on again, one batch is going to complete. Once done, then I will start one more migration batch. So that time, if anyone interested, they can join.
Oh, okay.